Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWEdeadman, but you already know that. We're going to load my career again, because we have still got to do some rescuing on Eve. And for that we need our Eve lander, and yeah. We're actually gonna try to launch that over to Eve again. So where is it? That one? Is it that one? Let's see. Come on, load. Nope, that's the old one. I redesigned that completely. Where do we have you? Here. There we go, load that. So, as you're gonna see right now, this is the new lander. It's a little bit more compact, a little less, yeah, crazy. It does get into an orbit around Kerbal with ease, so I guess we're gonna have a not so hard time getting it around Eve when we get there. The thing is, we have to get it there, and this rocket, this does look kind of thin, doesn't it? The part between the main rocket and the lander. And oh, how did they even get it to stand there? Yeah. That's a few $1,000,000 down the road. Down the toilet. Gun on, gun off in smoke or something else. Yeah. Let's be ashamed of our construction and return to the vehicle assembly. And actually make sure that that thing doesn't collapse on the starting ramp. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna add a few struts, and that should do it. So we're gonna strut from the lander down here. Come on, what you doing? From the lander, would you? Down here. Yes. And from the other booster here down here. Yes, this does look good. And then we're gonna do one from here to here. And should we do more? Should we do one from here to here? Maybe? Yeah, that looks good. To make that symmetric, do that on the other side as well. So from here to here. Where'd that go? Come on. Dude! Really? Could you... Here. Again. Could you just... I don't want to put it there. You know what? Fuck you. We're gonna go with this. This has to start. Save that and launch. Okay, loading screen. And here we go. Don't collapse. Don't collapse. Don't collapse. Don't collapse. Come on. And it stands. Isn't that great? Now let's see if we can get that into space, shall we? Yeah, it wiggles a bit, but that shouldn't be too bad. I've had rockets wiggle worse. Yeah, let's bring up our instruments here to see everything okay. And then let's launch this in 3, 2, 1, 0. And it launches perfectly well. Good. Going up steadily. We're not drifting off in any way. We have enough power to add when the boosters are gone. This shouldn't be bad. This should not be bad. Come on, let's get this to Eve. Please. Boosters are gonna run out in a few seconds now. So we have to get rid of the boosters right now, and come on now, and throttle up more. Yes, our velocity is still rising, so that's okay. Just be sure not to overheat the mainsail. And we're going into time acceleration. That's what you're hearing, by the way, the sound of the engine in time acceleration. That's actually not in-game time acceleration, of course, that's post-effects. Gravity turn, and I think we're gonna run out of fuel before we get anywhere, and that's probably not gonna be where we wanna be. Yeah, also that thing wiggles a little bit too much for my taste. Gravity turn didn't work that well. Yeah, we're getting rid of that, and that's unfortunately already our nuclear engine, and that thing is not really enough to complete the orbit around Kerbal, and therefore we're not gonna get this to Eve. I wanted this to actually be only the stage that flies to Eve and not the stage that actually shoots us into orbit. Therefore I just got rid of the whole thing halfway through and decided that we're gonna go do a landing test. Why not? I hadn't gotten this out of the atmosphere before, so that was a viable decision. So I'm just gonna get rid of the engine, kick that out of the way somehow, to turn retrograde for our re-entry. And you're gonna have a nice light show for a moment as this thing heats up in the atmosphere on re-entry right now. And yes, unfortunately this is real time. Didn't slow anything down, the game just didn't run on higher FPS counts. Which is, of course, the fault of the Unity engine. Not being able to handle that many individual parts. That's really something that I'd love to see. An engine that can just handle each and everything that you throw at it, no matter what. There go the parachutes, and we're getting down braking parachutes open right about... wait, now? Yeah. And the parachutes, the main parachutes slow us down to about 10 meters per second. And let's see if this can land on water without braking. Nope. That goes up in a huge fireball and only leaves the legs. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Whole lot of rubbish and the ladders that are on those metal pieces. Yeah. Nah. That of course means that we need a lot more of those parachutes. Just to slow it down even more. Because we don't want it to crash on Eve, so we probably would have to do the whole thing over again with more parachutes or something. This thing has to land on Eve safely, so put a few more on this and that should be fine. Maybe one more around. No, that's probably not a good idea. How about around here? Nah. That's too one-sided. How about here? Yeah, that should work. Okay, and redesign the whole thing down here. From scratch. Get rid of all of this. And then let's see. Probably gonna build on the sides instead of in the middle. And there we have that thing. Yeah, this should totally work. Yeah, it's big. So I probably should use one more strut here, and yeah, the starting things should hold that up until it starts. Just rename that thing to and put a 0.1 behind that. Unfortunately, the point is the period is my recording button, so that kind of screwed up the recording there. I realized that when I was on the launching pad already, but I didn't launch it yet, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch! And we are moving. That looks better than before. We're probably not gonna have enough fuel again, I fear. Gonna go into time acceleration just so you don't need to see this in real time, because that whole lag issue with the whole too many parts thing is a little bit annoying, and we're gonna get rid of our boosters in 3, 2, 1 now. And of the fuel boosters, the liquid fuel ones down there too. And then we're gonna start those two boosters on the sides. And as evident by our decreasing speed, this is not enough. Now what I could have done is just get the middle engines, the ones that you see down on the very lower end of the rocket. Those 4 engines, I just could have moved the stage down once, so I could have activated that by staging. But I kind of didn't think of that, and therefore I ended up cutting the fuel to all of them and activating them by hand. There you see me dragging them down for some reason. Yeah, and then I cut the thrust and try to activate these by hand. Bad thing is that lag costs me some valuable clicking time there, and most of those don't activate. And I end up having to reactivate that one, and yeah, then we're already falling again. In the end, that whole thing didn't really look like it would go to space. Quite the contrary, as you'll see in a second. I mean, I start moving in the right direction again, but I turn over like crazy. Get rid of all of this and do a landing test again. Overland this time. That's not too bad. Have a nice light show when all the fuel explodes down there. And we end up down here. Yeah. Nicely landed. But, we have to redesign the rocket again. And we're gonna see the new design in the next episode. Till then, like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWEdeadman. Bye!